y is equal to mx plus c, we get, let's write this, 3y is equal to 2x minus 7, right? Why are we writing it in form y is equal to mx plus c? Because we want to find out the slope of this line. Means we get y is equal to 2x minus 7 by 3. That means y is equal to 2 by 3x minus 7 by 3. So therefore, what can you say? Slope of the line, slope of the parallel line, that is, let's call it m2 is equal to, what is the slope here? Slope of this line we have got, m2 is equal to coefficient of x here, right? 2 by 3. So the slope of this line is 2 by 3. Now because this line here and this line here are parallel to each other, their slopes must be equal. Therefore, what is the slope of the dotted line or the required line? Therefore, slope of the required line, let's call this m1. If I call the slope of this line as m1, what is the slope of this line? Also 2 by 3, right? Equal to m2. Equal to 2 by 3. So the slope of this line is 2 by 3. So now what do I know? I know the slope of this dotted line and I know the y-intercept of this dotted line. So what form should I use? I should use the slope-intercept form to find the equation of the dotted line, right? Hence, required equation of the line, straight line, is y is equal to mx, m1x, because the slope of the dotted line is m1, right? m1x plus c, isn't it? The y-intercept, or y is equal to, put the value of m1, 2 by 3 x, and y-intercept is plus 4 units. So this is the required line. Now you can express this in the general form by taking the LCM. We have 2x plus 12 by 3. Cross multiply, you get 3y is equal to 2x plus 12. That means you get 0 is equal to 2x minus 3y plus 12. It means 2x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0. This is the equation of the required line. That is the dotted line in the figure. Okay. Moving on to the next question. The next question is number 13. Okay. Question is, find the equation of a straight line perpendicular to the line 3x minus 4y plus 12 is equal to 0 and y-intercept and same y-intercept as. Okay. So number 13. Let's write both the equations first. The given equation of the straight lines are given equation of the straight lines are 3x minus 4y plus 12 is equal to 0. Let's call this 1. And 2x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. Let's call this 2. Now, according to the question, we want to find out the equation of such a straight line which is perpendicular to 1 and has the same y-intercept as 2. This is the question. Okay. So let's write it. We need to find out the equation of a straight line which is perpendicular to 1 and has the same y-intercept as 2. Okay. Now, first of all, we find out the slope of line 1, right? So, writing 1 in the form y is equal to mx plus c, we get, let's write this. So, you have 4y is equal to 3x plus 12, right? From equation number 1. That means y is equal to 3x plus 12 by 4. That means y is equal to 3 by 4x plus 12 by 4. That means you get y is equal to 3 by 4x plus 3, right? So therefore, what is the slope of line 1? Slope of line 1. Let's call this as m1. Slope of line 1, m1 is, let's say, 3 by 4, coefficient of x here, right? Now we need to find the equation of a straight line which is perpendicular to line 1. So therefore, what is the slope of the required line? If two lines are perpendicular, how do you find out the slope of the a line that is perpendicular? If I give you one slope, how do you find out the other? Remember, it is the negative reciprocal of the given slope, right? So if the slope of the required line, because the required line is perpendicular to the line 1, whose slope is 3 by 4, slope of the required line will be the negative reciprocal of the line whose slope is given, right? So you have minus 1 by 3 by 4, which is minus 4 by 3, right? So you got the slope of this line, right? So what the equation of the line that we need to find out, we have got the slope here, right? Now what is the next condition given? Next condition is that the required line has y-intercept equal to this line. Okay, and how do you find out the y-intercept of line 2? There are two ways of finding out the y-intercept of line 2. Either you put x is equal to 0, because what is the y-intercept? It is the distance between the origin and the point where the line intersects the y-axis, isn't it? So whose equation is x is equal to 0. So you can put x is equal to 0 in this and you can find out the y-intercept of this line, right? Either you can do that, or you can also put, you can write it in the form y is equal to mx. Let's proceed with the first one. Putting equation of this equation of the y-axis is what? X is equal to 0. So putting x is equal to 0 in 2, because we need to find out the y-intercept. That is why we are putting x is equal to 0. Twice into 0 minus y plus 5 is equal to 0, which gives you y is equal to 5. So therefore, what is the y-intercept here? Of the required line is plus 5 units, right? This one. So now we know the slope of the required line. We also know the y-intercept of the required line. So therefore, what should be the equation of the required line? Hence, equation of the required line. What form should I use? The slope intercept form, right? Because I know the slope here, m2, and I know the y-intercept here. Call it c2, or you can also call it c, no problem. Y is equal to m2x plus c2. Okay, so you get y is equal to minus 4 by 3x plus 5. You can write it in a proper manner. Take the LCM. You can take you can make the right hand side 0. That should be a better option. So I'm taking 4x on the left hand side. And this is the required equation of the line. Okay. Any question? You can move on to the next question then. Question number 15. If you read the question, it states find the equation of the line passing through the point 0, 4 and parallel to the line 3x plus 5y plus 15. Let's say we need to find out the equation of this line, this dotted line. Okay. Now this is such a line that it contains the point 0, 4, that is passes to the point 0, 4 and is parallel to another line whose equation is given 3x plus 5y plus 15. The equation of this line is given, and you need to find out the equation of this line. So how will you proceed to find out? Let's see. First of all, because these two lines are parallel, right, that means their slope must be equal. So let's write this equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So writing 3x plus 5y plus 15 is equal to 0 in the form y is equal to mx plus c. We get 5y is equal to minus 3x minus 15, and you get y is equal to minus 3 by 5x minus 15 by 5. That means you get y is equal to minus 3 by 5x minus 3, right? So therefore slope of the line is, let's call this as m2. Slope of the, because why m2? Because this is not the required line. We call the slope of the required line as m1. The slope of this line is m2. We call the slope of this line as m1. Okay. So m2 is minus 3 by 5. And because the dotted line, that is the equation of the line we need to find out, is parallel to this line. Therefore, what is the slope of the required line? m1. And because they are parallel, it must be equal to m2, which is equal to minus 3 by 5, right? So we have got the slope of this. This is equal to minus 3 by 5, and this is also equal to minus 3 by 5. So now you know the slope of this line. We need to find out. And what else? What is the other information given? That it contains the point 0, 3, 0, 4. That is, it passes through the point. So what is the standard form that we use when we know one point on the straight line and we know the slope of the straight line? It is the point slope form, right? So hence required equation of the line is y minus y1 is equal to m1, because the slope of the required line is m1, into x minus x1, isn't it? And what is x1 y1 here? This point is your x1 y1. Okay, so x1 is 0, y1 is 4. So y1 is 4, and m1 we have found out to be minus 3 by 5, and x1 is 0. Right? So this is the required equation of the line. We'll simplify this and we'll get the equation in the general form. So minus 3x by 5, cross multiply, get 5 times y minus 4 is equal to minus 3x. So we get 5y minus 20 is equal to minus 3x. You can take 3x on the other side. You get 3x plus 5y minus 20 is equal to 0. This is the required equation of the line. Okay, the dotted line. Okay, I'll proceed to the next question then. Okay. The next question that I would like to solve here is okay. Let's see question number 18. 18.1 and 18.2 both. 18.1 question is the line 4x minus 3y plus 12 meets the x-axis at A. Write down the coordinates of A. So now if I have a straight line that meets the x-axis, this is your x-axis, right? Let's say this straight line. It meets the x-axis at this point, right? Let's call this point A. Okay. How do you find out the point? How do you find out the coordinates of A? See, the equation of the x-axis is what? Y is equal to 0, isn't it? And what is the equation of this line given? 4x minus 3y plus 12. And how do you find out the point of intersection of two straight lines? By solving the two equations, isn't it? So if you solve these two equations, you will get this point, right? A. So how do you solve these two equations? By putting y is equal to 0, isn't it? So putting y is equal to 0 in 4x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0, we get 4x minus 3 into 0 plus 12 is equal to 0. That means you get 4x plus 12 is equal to 0. That means 4x is equal to minus 12. It means you get x is equal to minus 12 by 4. It means you get x is equal to minus 3. Right? So you have got the x coordinate of A, which is minus 3. And what should be the y coordinate? Because y is equal to 0, the y coordinate will be 0. Or you can also say it is a point on the x-axis. That is why the y coordinate will be 0. Okay. So you have got the coordinates of A, and that was the question. So write down the coordinates of A. So we have got the coordinates. Next, let's see. Second question. Determine the equation of the line passing through A and perpendicular to. Okay. Determine the equation of the line passing through A. And let me write the coordinates of A. I have not written the coordinates of A here. Hence, coordinates of A is minus 3 0. Okay, now proceeding to question number 2. Question is determine the equation of the line passing through A. So A is the point this and perpendicular to 4x minus 3y plus 12. Okay. So here, let's write here. Here, A is the point 3 0. Now you need to find out the equation of a straight line which passes through A and is perpendicular to the line 4x minus 3y plus 12. Okay. So first let us find out the slope of the given line. Writing 4x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0 in the form y is equal to mx plus c. We get 3y is equal to 4x plus 12, which means y is equal to 4x plus 12 by 3. It means you get y is equal to 4 by 3 x plus 12 by 3. Means you get y is equal to 4 by 3 x plus 4. Okay. So you have got the slope of this line as 4 by 3, right? Slope of the line 4x minus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0 is, let's call this slope as m1, 4 by 3. Now you need to find out the equation of a line which passes through this point A and which is perpendicular to this line. So what should be the slope of the line perpendicular to this slope of the line? Perpendicular to 4x minus 3y plus 12 equal to 0 is given by, call this m2, is equal to the negative reciprocal of the slope of the given line, right? Because the two lines are perpendicular. So minus 1 by 4 by 3, which is minus 3 by 4, right? So you know the slope of the line that you want to find out, right? This m2. And what else you know? It is given in the question which passes through A. So that means you know one point on the line and you know the slope of the line. So what is the standard form that you should use? The point slope form, right? Hence, required equation of the line is y minus y1 is equal to m2, because the slope of the line that we need to find out is m2 into x minus x1. And what is x1 y1? This point is your x1 y1, right? Means y minus point is minus 3 0. So y1 is 0, m2 is minus 3 by 4, and x1 is minus 3, right? So you get y is equal to minus 3 by 4 times x plus 3. Now you can cross multiply. That 4y is equal to minus 3x minus 9. It means you can take everything on the left hand side. So you get 3x plus 4y plus 9 is equal to 0. And that is the required equation of the straight line. Okay. And move on to the next question then. Okay. Let's do number 20. Question is, find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to 3x plus 4y 2y minus 8 is equal to 0 and passes through the midpoint of the line segment joining the points. So you need to find, let us say this is the point A, 5 minus 2, and say the point B, 2 2. This is your line segment here. We join the two, and you need to find the equation of a line which passes through the midpoint of this. If M is the midpoint, so you need to find out the equation of the line that passes through this midpoint. And what else is given? Not only this, but it is also perpendicular. This dotted straight line whose equation you need to find out is perpendicular to another straight line. Okay, it's perpendicular to another straight line, right? This angle must be 90 degrees. This angle is not necessarily 90 degrees. Okay, not necessarily this one. This angle is not necessarily 90 degrees. Okay, although it looks like it. Let me, if I can draw it properly for you. Let's see. Passes through the midpoint, it can pass in this way also. Okay, so this is the dotted line whose equation you need to find out, such that this straight line is perpendicular to this. So therefore, you can draw a perpendicular line. This, right? So this line is for now. This is an exact diagram. So now is perpendicular to which line? 3x. So this equation is given to you. 3x plus 2y minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay. So what is the slope of this line? If I call the slope of this line as m1, let's proceed to find out the slope of this line. So writing 3x plus 2y minus 8 equal to 0 in the form y is equal to mx plus c, we get 2y is equal to minus 3x plus 8. That means you get y is equal to minus 3 by 2 x plus 8 by 2, right? This is a shortcut I'm taking. After so many problems, I'm permitted to take this shortcut. Okay, this is in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Therefore, slope of the line is m1 is minus 3 by 2. So we have got the slope of this line as minus 3 by 2. Because the dotted line and this line with slope m1 are perpendicular to each other. So what should be the slope of the dotted line? Let us say the slope of this line, dotted line, is m2. So what should be a slope? Therefore, slope of the required line m2. It is nothing but the negative reciprocal, right, of the other line. That means minus 1 by minus 3 by 2, which is simply 2/3, right? The slope of this line we have got is 2 by 3. Okay. So this dotted line has slope 2 by 3, and it passes through the midpoint of these 2 points, right? 5 minus 2 and 2 3. So can you find out the coordinates of m, the midpoint? Yes, we can find out by midpoint formula. So coordinates of the midpoint of the midpoint of a 5 minus 2 and 2 2 2, right? Yes, 5 minus 2 and b 2 2 is m x1 plus x2. So this is your x1 and this is your x2. This is your y1 and this is your y2, right? So you have 5 plus 2 by 2 and you have minus 2 plus 2 by 2. So what are the coordinates of the midpoint? It is 7 by 2 0, right? So now if you see, you have got the coordinates of this midpoint also. So now if you see, the dotted line has the slope 2 by 3 and it passes through the point 7 by 2 comma 0. So what should be the equation of the line? If you know the slope of the line and if you know the one point on the line, then which standard form do we use? The point slope form, right? So hence, required equation of the line is y minus y1 is equal to m2 into x minus x1, where x1 y1 is this point, right? You have y minus y1, which is 0, equal to m2 here is 2 by 3 into x minus x1, which is 7 by 2. Now we just simplify this to get our required equation. So you get 2 by 3 x minus 14 by 6, right? Or you can cross multiply and that will make your task a little easier. Okay, so you get y is equal to 2x by 3 minus 2 by 3 into 7 by 2, right? This cancels in. So you get y is equal to 2x by 3 minus 7 by 3. Now you can take the LCM. You get y is equal to 2x minus 7 by 3. Now you can cross multiply. 3y is equal to 2x minus 7. And now you can take 3y on the other side to get 0 is equal to 2x minus 3y minus 7. That means your required equation of the line is 2x minus 3y minus 7 is equal to 0. Okay, and that should be your answer. So I'll stop here.